Ahoy, shipmates! We've gone back in time to see the clipper brig Morgenster. In honour of International Speak Like a Pirate Day, which was on September the 19th, so I sort of missed that one. I thought I'd take a film of the most piratey looking ship I've ever seen. We didn't have to travel to Cornwall, or the Caribbean, or a long-lost island in the middle of nowhere. Just Southampton water during the boat show. I think it's time for a photo. What a great-looking ship. This is the first time I've actually droned a ship with sails up. Mighty impressive. Some good colours there, but tricky lighting conditions. This is the last opportunity I had to drone the Morgenster, or the Morningstar. She was based at the Southampton boat show and was taking evening trips down Southampton water and back again for fare-paying passengers. Actually, I think it was a pretty good deal. I don't remember how much it was, but I think it was £20 or £28. Go down Southampton water and with the sails up, and you get to have a go on the various lines and ropes and different winches that are on board. Oh, I think this view is improving. Let's go for another photo. I took quite a few that time, and this one I thought was quite good. But in hindsight, it's not really got the sails or the right angle, have I? Not the most fun. I've discovered that taking a picture of a tall ship with sails is actually trickier than I anticipated. I don't normally I account for the light and direction and background, all these various different features that when I take a photograph, but now I have to account for the direction of the sails as well. Just another challenge. Based in Holland, she sails in various different routes around the world, but frequently travels from Holland over to the Caribbean, down to South America, back again on a training voyage, and you can book up a spot. Last time I looked, I think it was about £2,800 for a trip on Morningstar, and what a lifetime experience that would be, sailing across the Atlantic on a tall ship. Not a great deal of wind here today. I think the sails are predominantly there more for effect and part of the trip than actually producing a great deal of forward motion. But nonetheless, probably a lovely gentle sail. During the boat show, Morgenster was moored on the very edge of the boat show, on one of the furthest pontoons. And she had a bar on board, which I discovered had the cheapest beer in the boat show and also the best view. Unlike some of the other multi-million-pound shiny super yachts, Morgenster had no problem with people coming on board and climbing all over. Ideal if you had some children and you fancied a quick beer. They could actually get onto a ship and see what it's all about. There's some great looking views here. She's come down Southampton water, turned around and heading back to the exhibition. Bit of a tricky lighting condition here this evening. Straight into the sun there. Thought I'd do a complete rotate to give you an idea what she looks like. And let's have a look at the sails, shall we? Maybe an explanation as to what all the different sails are. Fortunately, Morgenster has a Gilplan. I'll just translate that into English. Let's start at the very front, the bow of the ship, where the Dutch call it the Culver 3, the Culver 2 and the Culver 1. So they have a different naming system than the English. So let's have a look at it here. So on the very bow of the ship, that's on the right-hand side, the first one is the outer jib. That's the triangular shaped one. Then we have the inner jib. And then we have the jib. Now if we go up the first tall mast, we have the forecourse, the forecourse topsail. Getting near the top, we have the fore lower topgallant sail, and at the very top we have the fore upper topgallant sail. Then if we come to the sails, which you can't actually see, but there are some sails in between the two masts, and they're the first staysail, the second staysail, and the third staysail, which should be at the top, a bit like the jibs, triangular ones between the two main masts. Now if we come to the rear mast, the stern mast, we have the main course at the bottom, and then the main topsail. Then we have the main topgallant sail lower and the main upper topgallant sail. And the big triangular one at the stern is the brick sail. Well, of course, what you really want to do is have a little look inside. Let's have a quick look at the plans. Very simple for this type of ship. There's the top deck and the under deck. That's pretty much it. Now the back here we have what seems to be like a day galley. At the front here we have the heads and the bar, more importantly. And there's the accommodation all round the bow. And there's the main saloon, the kitchen area, the galley. And there's more accommodation at the stern, and the generators and water makers and all those sorts of ancillary equipment. You can see fairly simple layout, but everything you need to sail across the Atlantic and learn all about tall ships. We have a quick look at the main saloon galley here. You can see a lot of accommodation and decent ceiling height as well. Rather attractive. You don't feel like you're in the bowels of the ship, which you are indeed. Plenty of space on board for the 36 trainees. During just day sailing events and evening sailings, she can take up to 90 passengers. But when cruising with trainees on board, that's 36. Galleys just there at the back, and also you can see one of the beer pumps there. I think this is a great feature to have a onboard cellar. You can see the sail plan on the wall there, and some appropriate maritime art. Some chests now. I imagine they might store some extra bits and pieces in those chests. And stairs back up to the main deck. 36 trainees are catered for in 24 cabins, 12 in hammocks. There's a double cabin, seems rather well appointed to me. You've got plenty of space, even got a sink. And there is some storage as well. Probably all you need for travelling transatlantic. Some of the other cabins are a slightly different configuration. This one here is a 4-berth cabin. Maybe not quite so much space in this cabin. But if it was a little group of you travelling, perfectly acceptable. Overall length is 48 metres and a beam of 6 metres. Draft of only 2.4 metres. That seems very shallow to me. Probably a very shallow keel. And masts head height is 29 metres. That's quite tall. It's not often we see ships in port with such tall masts. Displacement is 225 tonnes. It's quite a big old beast. There's a Scania main diesel engine and a couple of generators by John Deere and Mitsubishi. Let's try a shot over here. I actually took quite a few shots and tried them at different angles. I thought this one was particularly attractive with the sun behind, although the sails aren't quite at the right angle, are they? It's a bit of a shame, that. But I did notice that it was really tricky to take a good shot, so I'm just going to take a whole lot of shots, all at different angles, and see what looks good. Of course, don't forget those sails also move, so you can't always get the angle you want. See, that's quite nice now. We're getting some real visibility of those jibs and the mainsails. I don't like this one so much. Maybe that one. That's quite nice, entering the port. Well, there she is, Shipmates, returning back to the Southampton boat show, ready to take more eager passengers out the next day for a little trip on the Southampton water. I think if you'd managed to get yourself a ticket on that, I think you'd be very happy. It's been great weather all week. They've had lovely little trips out. Well, I think I've certainly learnt a few lessons there from taking pictures of tall ships with sails on. I've not tried it before. I shall go away, and next time this happens, I think I'll be better skilled and know what I should be doing. I hope you enjoyed that one, Shipmates. Something a little different. If you have enjoyed this video, please do think about subscribing. And until next time, Shipmates,